Hello, and welcome to Beyond Books, where we talk about books from Book of the Month Club and beyond. I'm your host, I'm Renee, and before we get started, I want to say Happy Leap Day. It's the 29th of February, only comes around every 4 years, right? And we kind of know what we were doing on February 29th in 2020. We got to live through an event that none of us, I'm sure, who lived through it will forget. So let's enjoy this leap year day. It's quite different from the last one. So today I want to do my wrap up for February. And let's start with the first book that I read in February. And that was Toni Morrison's book, The Bluest Eye. I did do a full review of that book on February 6th, and I'll put the link below. It was the fourth book now that I've read in 2024 as part of the banned books series, trying to read 24 banned books in 2024. And I really enjoyed that book very, very much. I will put a link to my review. And it's one of the books that is on the list of very frequently banned and challenged books. So that might be one you want to take a look at if you're participating in the Banned Book Challenge. And then because February is Black History Month, I read a series called March, Books 1, 2, and 3. It makes it sound like it's a lot, but they were actually, they're actually graphic books, and so they go pretty quickly. They were written by John Lewis, and Mr. Lewis was an important civil rights leader. He worked with Dr. Martin Luther King. He passed away fairly recently, passed away in 2020 at the age of 80. He served in the U.S. Congress from 1987 until his death. So that was 37 years. And he was the representative for a congressional district that is close to Atlanta, Georgia. Before that, he was part of the lunch counter sit-ins in the 1960s. He was active with the Freedom Riders, and he was also very instrumental in getting the Civil Rights Acts and the Voter Rights Act passed also in the 1960s. So the volumes take you through basically that era of his life. And I really learned quite a few things from that series that I had not known previously. And I highly recommend it. I think anybody from maybe middle school on up would benefit from taking a look at it. So that made an excellent series of books for Black History Month. I also read in February The Women, which is a new book by Kristen Hanna. This was my book of the month for February. It is a work of historical fiction. It's about a nurse serving in Vietnam, and then it goes into some of the history from the years after and what her life is like after she comes back from the war. It starts in the mid-60s and it goes through probably the early 80s. It presents a lot of the issues of the time. And it would be a great book, actually, to read in March because it is Women's History Month. And I have a full review of that book, and I will put a link to that in the description as well. I also read a book called Push. The author is Sapphire. Her real name is Ramona Lofton. And this would be now my fifth book in the band series, so my fifth time out with the band. Also, this is one of the books that I received in my blind book haul, blind book bundle, which I ordered from Book Bundler, and I unpacked it in one of my videos and went through all of the books. And that's actually been one of my most popular videos so far. I did it a couple of weeks ago, so I'll put a link to that as well. I also did a full review of this book just a few days ago, so I'll put the link to that also. There is a trigger warning that I did put on that video. This book does have sexual violence, and also just, you know, the language is a street language, a graphic language, so just to be aware of what you're getting into. If you are interested in this book, it would be good to maybe take a look at my review. I don't really have spoilers there. There's really nothing that you wouldn't have gotten from the cover, the back cover, and it's a very short synopsis that they have. But just to make sure you understand what the book is about before jumping in. It's really not one to go into blindly, but it is excellent. I highly recommend it. It's quick, and yet it is totally unforgettable as far as a read is concerned. Additionally, I read 4 books out of the 6 that are assigned to me as a judge for the BookTube Prize. I'll be able to talk about those in more detail in the coming months. I'll have full reviews of those that I'll put up in time when I'm able to. And they're all fiction books. They all came out in 2023. So finally, I have also started The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. And this is good so far. I'm, I don't know, quarter of the way through it. This is also from my book bundle, and I'll probably finish this in the next day or so. So that was February. I read 8, or if you want to count this, I guess almost 8.5 books in the month. So that's very good for me. I'll have my March TBR video out soon. So looking forward to making some final decisions as to what I'm going to read in the month of March. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you like my content. I always appreciate comments very much. And before I sign off for good, I just have one more thing that I want to show to you. About a week ago, I did a video about my indoor gardening, and I had planted some microgreens at that time, and they are ready now to eat. So I'm going to take you over to the kitchen, and I'll just show you that real quick. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks. All right, so you probably remember the microgreens that I planted, again, about a week ago. And here's what we have now. We have a whole tray all full of these great microgreens. And sometimes they are sold exactly this way, maybe in a tray or maybe not even. Just kind of cut with the, sometimes with the soil still intact. Because you want to eat them when they're as alive as possible. That's where they have the most vitamins and nutrition. So, but what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take a kitchen shear. I've cleaned it all, washed my hands, all that stuff, of course. And I'm just going to take a little section of the greens and cut into them so that I get a little handful of broccoli. These are broccoli greens. So that's what they look like when they're cut. And then I'm going to take them and I'm going to sprinkle them onto my salad for lunch. So this salad has my lettuce in it, some of my lettuce that I grew, along with some iceberg lettuce as well. And then I also put in some cucumbers, green peppers, onions, tomatoes, olives, a little bit of turkey meat, and some feta cheese. So I think some Greek dressing, or even Italian dressing would be tasty on that. And I'll have a little bit of broccoli flavor from my microgreens. So just about that much is good on a salad. So you can see I haven't really cut into them very much, so that's good. I'm going to be able to get a few salads out of this tray, which is kind of nice. You can use them on salads, you can put them in soup, you can put them on a sandwich, all kinds of things. You want to try to get any soil off that's stuck. There's a little bit there. There we go. I'll put that now in the other salad bowl. Same salad, made it the same way. So there you go. Now you know what you can do with microgreens and how you can grow them in a really easy way. I'm going to take and set up some more shortly, and that way I can keep it going and always have some nice fresh ones to eat. All right, take care. I hope you enjoyed watching. Have a great day.